Now, I don't know about you, but I tend to want to make everything I see. I start a project, I see another one, and I'm like, that's pretty. I want to make that one, and then I want to make that one. And so what happens is I end up with a huge pile of unfinished projects. So as much as I am not looking forward to this, I have committed myself to take care of this huge pile of unfinished projects, and I am going to finish every last one. I'd say it's time to get started. Finally, I've finished all my unfinished projects. I thought that I had a huge pile, but when I actually went through it, it wasn't so bad. I don't like taking the time to weave in all those ends and just do all those finishing touches. However, I do like having a finished project. I like feeling like I've actually accomplished something. One thing I have learned from this experience is that I really should finish my projects before I move on to a next. However, I don't mind having, 2 or 3 projects going at once, but before going on to more, I should really finish them so I don't have unfinished projects throughout the house. So the very first project that I completed was a scrap blanket. And if you've been following me for a while, one of my first videos was talking about all the projects I had, and I shared this scrap blanket, and I wasn't sure if I was going to add a border to it or not. I didn't know if I wanted to take that time. However, it's been driving me crazy, and I finally decided I am going to put a border on it, so I just took the time to do it. This blanket is by Hooked on Homemade Happiness, and it's her Stitch Sampler Scrapghan. It was so much fun for me. It was my very first scrap blanket, and if you're not sure what that is, if you are a beginner, it is basically taking all the yarn that you have from previous projects, leftover yarn, and just taking all those little scraps and putting it together into a blanket. And it didn't really matter the size of yarn, at least that's what I remember people saying. However, I think the next scrap blanket I think I want to pay attention to that. But it didn't matter the color. You just throw any color together, and it's kind of fun to see how it turned out. And there were so many different stitches in this blanket. I happened to have a lot of brown and orange yarn left over. I'm not even sure what I had used it for. So I was able to have enough to go all the way around the blanket with that border. And I find it looks nice. I'll just say this, the blanket's not my favorite. Now, because you use so many different stitches, the edges are not straight. They did not turn out straight. So they're a little wonky. It's hard to tell, but they literally kind of go up and down. So when I laid the blanket out, one end of the blanket is really wide, and then it gets more narrow. Now again, this was my first scrap blanket ever, and I actually started this, I don't even know, 3-4 years ago, and I just never put a border on it until now. And I did not realize how much of a mess it was until now. So when I did the border, I single crocheted around the entire blanket, and then the next 2 rows I did a mix of single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet, because wherever there was a big dip where the sides weren't straight, I tried to do a double crochet to make it more evened out. And wherever it would come out more, I would use a single crochet. I don't know, it was not fun. Let's just say it wasn't fun. But it helped so it wasn't as messed up, but still not my favorite. And I did take a picture so you can get a better look of it. However, I don't think you'll be able to tell with the edges because I folded the blanket up in this picture I'm going to insert. The next project that I finished was my very first project using Tunisian crochet. I had been wanting to try Tunisian crochet for the longest time, and I finally got a set of Tunisian crochet hooks, and I made my very first project, and I started this probably a year or two ago, and I just now finished it. I cannot for the life of me remember what pattern or what YouTube video I looked at or anything, but I do love the design on this. Hopefully my lighting is okay. It's really hard to get the lighting right in these videos, but there's the design. I find it's really pretty, and I love the blue, of course. The only thing about the Tunisian crochet I don't like is how the ends curl up. Now, I've heard that if you try to block it, it will help these ends not curl up so much. However, this is acrylic yarn, I believe, and I don't know how much blocking will work on that. But I really love how it turned out. It's a beautiful, beautiful scarf. I had thought of trying to make a hat to match, but I don't know how to do a hat in Tunisian crochet. Not yet, anyway. I have a lot more practicing to do in that area. Now this next one you'll also recognize from one of my earlier videos. It is the coffee bean hat and scarf set by Left and Knots. Now the scarf I had already finished. It's a very pretty scarf. It's using the bean stitch, and I just find it so pretty. But I did not have the hat finished because I needed to weave in my ends, and I also wanted to add a pom-pom. So I have that complete. I really love how that turned out. I believe I got a few of these brown pom-poms. I think it was Hobby Lobby a few years back. But I know you can get these on Amazon too. I just haven't ordered any from there yet. But this, I really love it. It's very pretty. So the pom-pom has one of those elastic bands, and what I did was add a button in here so that way I could just wrap the pom-pom around there and then take it off if I ever want to wash this. Here's what it looks like on. I find it's really cute. Completing all these projects, I kind of worked on them on and off the last few weeks, so I've had a lot going on, so I wasn't able to complete it in a short amount of time. It took me a while, but I'm very glad that I did it. You may recognize this next project of mine that I also shared way back when I hadn't completed it and I had ends all over the place. I finally completed it, and it is a pattern on Expression Fiber Art's website. The top is called Point Horizon, and it was Janica York Carter that designed it. And I used Expression Fiber Art yarn for this one. I really love how it turned out. Here you have the blue and purple on the bottom, and then if you flip it around, there's the purple on the top and then the blue on the bottom. So you can really wear it either way. I did not block this top or anything. I am debating if I will do that. So when I created this, it was before I did gauge swatches. So when I tried this on, it is pretty snug on me. That's why I'm not going to try it on for the camera. I'm thankful I used gauge swatches now. On the very tops here, there's little slits on the shoulders, and it's just a very light, airy top. And I think it was fingering weight yarn that I used. I don't remember the exact yarn, but very, very beautiful. I know it was a lot of fun to make. So the next project I found that I had not finished, but it's complete now, is a beanie I made with the Elizabeth stitch, also known as the mini bean stitch, one of my favorite stitches. It was a pattern by Rich Textures Crochet, and all of these patterns I'm going to link in the description below, or the ones that do have patterns, they don't all, just in case you want to check them out. Now, I think it was Yarn Bee Dazzling yarn that I used, and I don't know if Hobby Lobby still has that anymore, but I absolutely love the colors. I mean, the colors, there's green and purples and teals. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I put a pom-pom on there too. And of course, I have a button in there to keep that on. It's very beautiful. And here's what this looks like on. I just absolutely love this. The colors, I can't get over them. So I liked it so much. So what I decided to do was make a scarf in the same colors to match the hat. Same stitch and everything. So this was not a pattern I followed for the scarf. I just decided how long did I want it, how wide did I want it, and I just used the same stitch. But it is, oh, it's so pretty. I mean, look at these colors. It's kind of hard to tell in the lighting of the camera here, but I really love it, and I really love this stitch. I don't even know. I loved it so much that I had thought of getting more similar yarn, this kind of yarn, or if they don't have it anymore, a similar yarn, and make some more hats and scarves in this stitch. It's just so pretty. So I am pre-recording videos, so by the time you see this video, I will actually be in South Carolina visiting my son. I'm pretty excited to go see him. February has been a really busy month. I was hoping to have more videos out for you guys, but that did not work out for me. So the plan is when I come back, I'm hoping once I recoup from the trip, I will be able to get some more videos out for you guys. I've been wanting to do a giveaway, so keep an eye out for that. I don't know exactly when that's going to come out, but hopefully sometime soon. And hopefully we can take a yarn shopping day and maybe go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's. I haven't decided yet. If you have any ideas, anywhere you'd like to go, anywhere you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. That is all I have today. I hope you are all doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.